Sean Diddy Combs' request for bail was denied yesterday. However, there will be another hearing because his attorney has appealed that denial. But part of the reason why the judge yesterday believed that Diddy should not be let out was because of him contacting witnesses, including Diddy Dirty Money star Kalenna Harper. Apparently, he contacted her 54 times in just one day. But the craziest part of this Diddy update is Diddy's attorney and him taking shots at Cassie Ventura, claiming that she hit Diddy in the head with a cell phone the day that Diddy harmed her in that hotel hallway, and accused Cassie of cheating on Diddy for years. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So if you missed any of our Diddy updates, there have been quite a few, both long form and short form. So be sure to check those out so we won't have to go through everything. However, the video that we did yesterday letting you know that Diddy was trying to get bail and basically put up $50 million bond. He also gave up all of his children and his mother's passports and his mother's home in Miami as well. And all of that was denied. Our friend Emily D. Baker weighed in outside the courthouse explaining why that denial may have happened for Diddy.
Diddy detained. I am outside the federal courthouse. Lawyers haven't even made it out of the courtroom yet. The judge, after an extended detention hearing, about 2 hours, held Sean Combs in custody until his trial. The prosecution argued that he needed to remain in custody because of his coercion of victims and witnesses. In this case, up until September, the defense argued that they were selling his plane. And because they were selling his plane, he's not a flight risk. It was not persuasive. Pretrial services also indicated that Sean Combs should stay in custody, which is part of the judge's decision here. So we will see what happens from court.
And the most important detail, it's not that the court believes that he is just a flight risk. They do not want him influencing potential witnesses. And I've said to you guys before, people that keep asking, why didn't people come forward earlier? Why didn't someone say something? Because they were literally scared. If you read what they are accusing Diddy of, and I'm also really shocked that Diddy still had all of this evidence literally still in his home after Cassie's lawsuit, the same lawsuit that she filed and he settled in less than 24 hours. We'll get to Cassie in just a second. I did want to mention to you, though, Kalenna Harper. So Kalenna Harper came out the other day after Dawn Richard filed her damning lawsuit saying that she was SA'd by Diddy and she also witnessed Diddy's abuse of Cassie. Well, Kalenna Harper came out with an Instagram statement, and everyone said it sounds like she's been paid. It sounds like she's being forced to say these things. Well, we found out that apparently Diddy contacted Kalenna 54 times in one day. One of the other things that a lot of you were saying in the comment section, we should also note that Kalenna Harper's husband is also a close friend of Diddy. So the assistant United States attorney said this: witnesses we have interviewed have universally expressed fear. The defendant has contacted witnesses who received grand jury subpoenas. He contacted at least one victim. This constant contact with witnesses on September 10th, a week ago, Dawn Richard sued. Before a September 14th statement by Ms. Harper, Ms. Kalenna Harper, formerly of Diddy Dirty Money, the defendant called her 54 times in one day. Some of the way in which the defendant contacts witness and victims are meant to evade. He uses intermediaries. So this is another potential reason why the court decided to have him remain in custody until his trial. There's a lot that I have to update you guys on. So one of the other possible reasons that Diddy might remain in custody was that if you knew that you were coming to New York, that they were going to potentially arrest you, why exactly did they find something, quote, pink powder, which if you remember any of some of the other lawsuits from, I think it was in Lil Raj's lawsuit where they talked about the pink powder. Why allegedly they said that that was one of the things that was found in Diddy's hotel room when he was arrested. So inner city press, shout out to all the journalists out there. We really do appreciate the hard work that you guys do. He says this, the AUSA says he had what appeared to be narcotics found in his hotel last night, pink powder that have previously tested positive for ecstasy and other. This is a Heartland detention case. His package is woefully inadequate. When they say his package, they're talking about his bail package. They said it's woefully inadequate. It only focuses on being a flight risk. So this is another reason why Diddy's reasoning for being let out falls flat. Falls flat. They're saying that you're still out here breaking the law, basically, contacting witnesses. And yes, you potentially are selling your plane, but it's not sold. Diddy's attorney was speaking to the press yesterday, and he had a lot to say. And of course, as the defense attorney, he has to defend his client. But some of the things that he was saying was so cringy. But the most cringiest thing that stood out to me was the conversation about Cassie Ventura. Shout out to Cassie, because I know this has to be hard. I don't know if she knew in her heart of hearts settling this case if it would end all of this, but it's only really reignited everything. If anything, though, Cassie, you should feel good that you actually are going to probably take down this monster. So our friends of the Neighborhood Talk write this. They said Diddy's attorney spoke about a few accusations posed against Mr. Combs, including the infamous hotel hallway footage of him attacking Cassie Ventura. The attorney alleges that Ventura attacked Diddy first with a cellular device after going through his phone and seeing that he had another girlfriend. I just find this hard to believe. But we will continue. In a quote, he says, 2 people were in a hotel room. An issue that Mr. Combs had more than one girlfriend. Okay, victim 1 was looking through his phone and saw that, then hit him in the head with a cell phone and took his clothing, to explain why we saw Diddy in the hallway in just a towel. So he comes out in a towel. Mark goes on to say that, this is his attorney, that the 2 were very much in love but did in fact cheat on each other for years. He claims that Cassie actually was presumably seeing the trainer, Alex Fine, who she's now married to, that Diddy hired for her and eventually started a family with him, but later attempted to extort Mr. Combs over a book deal. He says that they have a recording of Cassie's lawyer saying that she wrote a book, but Diddy could buy the rights for $30 million. The lawsuit was filed shortly after, allegedly. If they had a settlement, should the lawyer be talking this much? Because there were stipulations. Part of the reason why people criticized Diddy after the video footage of him harming her in that hotel was leaked, people were saying, sources close to Diddy were saying that he could not mention Cassie directly because of the settlement. But he's giving out all these details. I just find that strange. The lawyers weigh in below. So they continue, it says, these 2 people were in love. Victim 1 ended up marrying the trainer that Mr. Combs got for her. They had been cheating on each other for years, but now she has 2 kids with the trainer. Years later, she realized she had a good thing with Mr. Combs. I find that hard to believe. The gaslighting of it all, that statement alone, I get it. You have a job to do. You have to paint a different picture of your client, but you can do so without bashing someone else. But I get it. He has to discredit Cassie. But can you discredit all the other victims that are potentially going to come forward? The same victims that the Southern District of New York encouraged during their press conference yesterday to come forward. And now that Diddy is in jail, they might feel empowered to come forward. They're going to have to do a lot of convincing today during this bail hearing. What exactly is Diddy facing? As we originally reported, he's facing decades in jail, but our friends over at the Shade Room, shout out to all the other blogs as well. This is what he's facing in regards to each indictment, all right? Racketeering alone can be life in prison. Attorneys, I'm sure you're going to tell me racketeering is hard to prove, but if it is proven, he could face life in prison for that. 2, S trafficking. Maximum life in prison, minimum 15 years. And my thing is, based on what I'm hearing, it's not just like one particular incident. They're talking about years. They're saying that this has been going on since 2008. So this is like one of the worst. 3rd charge, transportation for maximum 10 years in prison. Guys, this is your latest Diddy update. We will keep you updated on any other things that come out from today's hearings. So make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. As always, be sure to like this video and share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch the show.